Alright, we're back for part 2 of this video of the Combat Commander solo bot by Watton playing the attacking Germans versus the Allies in Scenario 11, Hold the Line. So far things have gone well for the Germans. They have broken these Allied units here and suppressed one of them, which is what they're hoping to do. They're trying to put together a base of fire here and then get on up the hill and wipe these units out. And it is the Americans' turn, and the Americans have a fire order, which would be lovely for them if they had any kind of decent target for any of their units, but they don't. And so these units on the hill can fire, and maybe even should fire. As I said in the first video, I play quite a bit of Pacific and not much Europe, so I didn't understand this route order. So I do understand that the Americans could issue a route order on themselves and hope that their broken units rout if it was a way to kind of try to force them to retreat. But I don't think that's a good idea. Could have also advanced out of the foxholes 1 hex with these broken units, but again, don't think that's a good idea. So I think that what the Americans are going to do is discard 2 cards. I guess they could discard their entire hand, right? This sustained fire here, well, you know, I'm just being silly. Let's discard these 3 cards that don't do us a lot of good right now. So that's the American turn. And let's see what they got back. They got 2 more fire orders and a crossfire order. So it could be just this unit here taking shots, but that could be okay. It's got the satchel charge there, close range. That might work out. Oh, I got to check one thing. I had to check the rule about the satchel charge. The satchel charge cannot attack a hex with a cover less than 2. So I'm not sure they're doing us any good here unless the Germans try to get into the woods first. But anyway, it's the Germans' turn, so none of that matters at the moment. So here comes the bot. Let's see what it draws for itself, if anything. It's got a move and then assault fire, so not assault fire first, but either of those things seems pretty good. Also, I haven't shown this yet, but if you have the physical version of the bot, there's all these markers and tokens that you move around, and this log here, I believe, shows everything that's happening and why the results up here are being given. This system is brilliant to me. At least the bot is, the digital version. So, okay, so the Germans have a move, then assault fire order, and now they could get this bunch of people activated and come up, but I think they want to try to clear the high ground first. So Sergeant Gantz here can activate all of these people, although soon after this that will not be the case. So the Americans have a lot of broken units here and a suppressed unit. So I think that we're, as the Germans, the bot is more worried about this unbroken line team here, even though it's just a team. I think that they want to take their shot at them, break them, and then move these units up. And I guess that does force a decision, because we cannot assault. Then will it make more sense to move into the woods and take the Panzerfaust shots, or would it make more sense to be out in the open and just get raked? I do not know. Those Panzerfaust pack a wallop. Anyway, let's start with the attack. So we have here at range 4 now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So everybody in the sergeant's hex can reach that line team. So the machine gun will be the lead unit with 10 firepower, and then 11, 12 for the other 2 units that are contributing. So we're shooting at them with a 12, and oh no, we're moving first, then assault firing. All right, yeah, that is different. Okay. So now, yeah, we are, yeah, gonna have to, so I'll end up moving the sergeant squad up to this hex here. The question is, where do I move them? Well, you know, this is going to go badly for the Germans, but I think I have to play the bot as if I don't know what the American cards are. So, in order to avoid overstacking, they'll move this unit first. But would it make more sense to stay just a little bit out of range of those satchel charges and maybe head up here to try to get them in a crossfire? In any case, the Americans do have a fire card that they can play, and they'll play this one because these two are ambushes and there might be a melee coming up, and they also have this crossfire action. So they're going to play this on, they could play it on the team. That would be a 5 base firepower. The broken units can't be part of a fire group, or the broken squad. Yeah, I think that that's what we'll do. I think that they'll play the fire order on this hex here, and so yeah, that elite squad has a firepower of 6 modified by 1 for being suppressed, and I think going up 1 for being uphill, so I think it comes back to a 6 plus the crossfire is an 8, and the axis is out in the open, and that's a 13. So the morale for this unit is 8, and they roll, the bot rolls for them, and that's a 12, and they break, and they are wide open out here in the open, and yeah, that's tough. That's tough. And they won't be able to assault fire either because they're broken. So, well, you know what? The Sergeant Gantz now knows that the fire order here has been issued, and I guess the American might want to cancel it if they can and take this shot with their big machine gun, which would be a better shot, but they'd be losing the crossfire. So they're going to go ahead and continue. They're going to take this shot with a 6 at the hex down here in the house, and so that's a 6 on a 6 is a 12. So our morale is recover 2, so it's 8, 10, 12, 8, 10, 12, and then 8, 10. So first 2 rolls are morales of 12 against an attack of 12. So they're fine. They're oh, and an event. So the second unit, the team with the machine gun, is fine. And now how do I draw event? Okay, so the event is coming, and the event is field promotion. The receiving player can place his nation's hero with broken units. So the Americans almost got that coming, but didn't have a broken unit at the time, but the Germans do, and yeah, that is very good news for the AI bot. Here comes Private Herzog. He's a veteran. He is a leader with 2 morale. He can do a lot of things that are pretty interesting, including pick up that machine gun and start peppering the Americans. So now Sergeant Gantz has to make his roll. He's a 10, so anything but boxcars is going to be okay for him, and he's okay. And so they've got to get out of this house and be out of the tank cannons thing. So they're going to move here, and we have another shot, another 6 attack, and this time not as much cover. So this could go badly. So there's another sniper, and it's another attack of 12. So we're going to, it's not an event. Interdiction, suppress 1 unit in a hex with less than 1 cover. Well, I think that that is... Do we want to suppress the leader? Doesn't really affect his leadership any. I think that we'll suppress the... the team that is firing the machine gun, because then they won't be firing the machine gun. So that was a good result as an event, and now the sergeant needs to sorry, that was, so it was a total of 12. So now our morale is 10, 9, 8. 10, so an attack of 12, they're okay. An attack of 12 with a morale of 9, they're going to break. And the sergeant is, his morale is 8, and the attack is 12, so he is okay. Oh no, the suppressed unit is just suppressed again, right? That was a tie. So, a sniper. Now we got to draw the hex. G54. Let's see where G54 is. Or wait, that can't be G54, right? There's no 54. L1, hex L1. G54 is the card. L1, JKL. I don't think there is. Oh, there's L1. Yeah, they're going to not have their sniper take down their own unit. No friendly fire there. But so the squad made its rally roll. The weapons team was, no, they break. So they're suppressed, and their roll was a tie, but because they're moving, that means they break. So they are now broken and suppressed. And Sergeant Gans made his thing. So, yeah, that was bloody. I guess when you go running out in the open in the face of enemy in superior positions, things like that happen. All right, so bad news for the bot. They're moving on to see if they have another order. Artillery request, there is no order, so there's no artillery in this scenario. So we skip that order. Threat is increased, and now we look to see if there's another order. There is not. So that is the end of the German turn. And we will move on to the American turn in just a minute. Alright, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to do a radio check. I'm pretty sure in Pacific, if you get that order for artillery, you get to make a roll to see if you can access the artillery battery or not. But in this game, it seems that what you need is a radio to be in the scenario, or maybe an event might create one. Anyway, American turn. Let's see what the Americans have going on. They've got a fire order, and what they really need is a recover. Tempted to discard a fire order, but they also have the Germans in such a bad situation right now that I think they're going to play the fire order. The first fire order they'll play will be on the line team by itself here, and they're going to fire downhill. So they simply have a 3 firepower, 4 for being downhill. Pretty sure I'm right about that. And they're going to take this shot, and that worked out pretty well. So that's a 15. So Private Herzog here does get to help things out. So the SS squad has a morale of 10 plus 2 for Private Herzog. So they'll roll for him. And there's another sniper, and the squad is safe, so we're going to check the hex. 07. Way back here, so that will be an ineffective sniper. And Private Herzog's morale is only a 6, so what was it, 11 and 4 is 15, is that right? 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 11 is 15. Yeah, so this will go badly for Herzog. Here he goes. 10. Wow, it did not go badly, did it? He not only made it, but he called in fire from another sniper. D7. I think this is D7 down here, so nothing happens. All right, so that was one fire order, and we will play this fire order here. Yeah, we just will because we've got it, and so we want to use it. Oh, I should have hit the next order already. Yeah, okay. We'll just remember that they're activated, so the only unit that can reach is the elite squad. Firepower of 5 because they're suppressed, plus 1 for being uphill. And they, so that's a firepower of 5, and this attack is a 10, and that's going to be meaningless for the squad. Oh, I was supposed to do a check to see if there was supposed to do a check to see if the bot squad was going to get a light wounds card. Remember that next time, I guess. So that's a 7, which is means that the squad is fine, and the event battle harden one of his units and makes it veteran. Germans are getting the best of this situation so far, aren't they? Get the veteran token, and I always give these things to. Is this where I find? I always give these things to leaders usually. I don't see. Veteran, there we go. Alright. So I tend to give these to leaders, but actually that's kind of silly, isn't it? It doesn't modify the leadership rating. So let's make the squad veteran. They have accumulated enough experience. They know what to do. They're a little bit more effective than they used to be. And now Private Herzog got to make his roll against an attack of 11. Wow, a lot of events. So Private Herzog makes his roll, and the event is deploy. Do I want to? I know I've read that somewhere that good combat commander players deploy frequently. I don't really ever do it, and I'm not sure I see a good reason to do it. I could take any squad and replace it with 2 teams, which would give me more units, but I only have 2 orders per turn, so I think I'm going to skip that. And the Americans only have 2 orders also. So that's the end of the Americans' turn. They're going to draw their cards and really hope for a recover order. They do not get one. They get a rout. Well, they might be, so that could be good. They could force the German broken units to rout, perhaps, if the Germans don't get a recover order. So let's see what happens for the bot. Its first order is to move, and it does. We could. Broken units are allowed to move. It can't move far. I wonder if it makes sense to do that. Herzog can activate a couple of times. Let's get this red stuff off the map. I'm just not sure it's a good idea at this point to bring this group of soldiers with relatively little firepower in range of this machine gun and cannon. So it might be that I skip this move order or move back into the house. What do we think here? Well, alright, so the bot is going to go ahead and activate all these units, but it cannot activate Private Herzog, so that means he gets left behind here. I think that I think the bot is going to just activate pretty sure that the hero is only allowed to activate units in its own hex. I should check on that. So apparently the hero can activate other units in a different hex. Also, when the hero comes in, it's supposed to be able to rally a broken unit. I don't remember this, but I believe that the SS squad in that hex failed its rally roll but had an event which brought the hero in, and so the event happens before the result is applied, so I don't think that unit was broken at the time that the hero arrived in the hex. But I just don't remember if that's correct or not, and I don't really want to run back and check, so I'm going to just imagine that they remain broken. But Herzog will activate his own hex, and also just the squad, the veteran squad adjacent to it, and he'll activate them for a move order. And the Americans do not have a fire order, but they do have a hidden unit when your opponent discards one or more cards. That doesn't apply here. In fact, that doesn't apply at all because I don't have my copy of the game here with me, so I don't think I can access the support table unless it's online somewhere. So we'll see if that happens or doesn't happen. Alright, so we're doing some moving here. So the unit that is with Herzog has a single movement point, I think, at this point. One movement point, but it gets 2 more for being with Herzog. So it's going to go ahead here for 1, and then 2 more up the hill, and then it will be done. And the squad has 5 movement points. It doesn't want to overstack. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the squad can make it into these woods here. It doesn't want to just sit in range of these Panzerfausts in case a recovery order is given. Doesn't want to take that 12 firepower attack, but this should be a pretty good position for the Germans if they can keep their units alive, I think, but I don't know. Alright, so that's the move order, and now we're going to reveal the next order, and it's a route order, and that is good news. So the way this works is the German player, the bot in this case, activates either side to route, and is going to activate the Americans. So any broken American unit is going to have to make a rally roll. I don't think it applies to suppressed units, but I'll find that out. Actually right now. So yes, only broken units. So each broken unit here has to make a morale roll, and if it rolls less than its morale, it stays where it is. If it rolls equal to its morale, it becomes suppressed, and if it rolls more than its morale, it has to retreat the number of hexes, that the difference between the roll and its morale. So the line team is going to roll first. They're in 3 cover, so their morale is 10. And let's see what they get. They get a 5, so they're fine. And Lieutenant White is a 9, and so he's a 12. And oh, yeah, he made it by the skin of his teeth. So no routing for the American. And that is the end of the German turn. I'm going to click Reveal Next Order because I think it will say I'm finished. I'm finished. Yes, there we go. And so on to the American turn. And they have a route order that they will definitely play, making the bot do a route roll. So 10, 11, 12 for the SS squad on the hill. Let's see what the roll is. It's okay. And a 9, 10, 11 because of Sergeant Gantz for the weapons team. Let's see what that roll is. Oh! Double bad news for the Germans. The sergeant is not able to convince that unit to stay, and there's a time trigger. So I'm going to have to get the time trigger stuff done. I'm going to have a bunch of administrative stuff to do on the module, so I'm pausing for a couple of minutes. Okay. The suppressed broken machine gun team has to route. It failed its roll by 1, so it has to route 1 hex. It's going to route that 1 hex there and takes its suppressed marker and its machine gun with it. I did not see anything in the rules about not taking your machine gun. So a time trigger was conducted. The Americans have a reinforcement. I just put it here to remind myself that it's available. That seems like a good place to bring it in. It can get to, through this cleared path through the mines. Gave the Americans another victory point. And that was a time trigger for the Germans. And so the Americans now can play another order. And since they have this unit in the game, I'm going to have to switch sides back to the Americans to be able to access their cards. And yeah, let's go ahead and get this unit here moving in. So he moves in for 1, 2, 3, 4. He has been activated. And that's the end of the American turn. And they're going to draw a couple cards. A lot of command confusions for the Americans. I think I remember that being a thing from the few times I played Europe. They got a bunch of nothing here. One thing I love about this game, I remember playing in a tournament, and I was the French, and the command confusion card showed some guy looking panicked, and the quote on here was, "They're all around us." I was like, yeah, that's a good command confusion card. All right, let's see what the bot wants to do. The bot wants to fire with hand grenades. Now, if only I had been bold enough to close within melee distance. So yeah, that firing at this point is not going to be super effective. Can't have a fire group. Well, we do have these folks here, so there's no reason not to. So as far as I know, Herzog, the hero, is able to activate units outside of his hex. So he'll activate everybody. Can't be a fire group. So the SS squad has a firepower of 3 and a range of 3, and it is modified by it's a firepower of 3 modified by 2, so it's a 5. So they will attack here. They'll just see if they can't get a big time roll and further break the American. Now, you know what? The first unit's going to fire is the squad. Firepower 6 plus 1 for being veteran is 7. They're going to take that shot. Let's see what the bot's dice are. So that's a 12. That is unlikely to do much damage. The morale for the American units is 9, a 10, and a 12. So here's the 9. So he makes, so so I need a random hex. Random hex is L2 HIJKL. That won't matter at all, but can I clone this marker? Nope. Gotta go find the minefield. Heck, minefield thing. It could end up mattering if those American units have to route. They could end up routing into the minefield. Minefield 6 firepower. There we go. L2. Alright, so the American squad made its roll, and so does the team that is already broken. And now we got to see if a sniper does any damage. Ooh, that is getting, that right there. That's a little close for comfort. Sergeant Gantz is ducking for cover. And Sergeant White making his defense roll. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. He is okay. So the next attack will be the 5 attack by the light team. Herzog can't make his firepower become part of this. Should they just attack this hex here? Yeah, they will. So 5. Let's see what the die roll is. Oh, jam. Good thing they didn't have a machine gun in that fight. And that's a bunch of nothing. So the American unit makes its another sniper. Wow, a lot of American snipers. A6. A is way back here, so that's irrelevant. That's the end of the bot's first order. Let's get the order cleared up on the module as well. And let's see what the next... Oh, the next order is advance. Well, so they'll just order... The Germans just order their formerly routed machine gun team to advance so that they can be back in this hex with a leader. And now I'm going to hit next order, and I'm pretty sure it's going to say I'm finished. It does. So, next order, clean all this up. It's the Americans' turn. They've got command confusion, artillery denied, and artillery request. That's just a bunch of nothing. Hidden entrenchments. So that could come in okay. So just in case, so the Americans are going to discard these 2 cards, which do little for them. I guess they could have played that conceal card, but there was no need for that. Alright, so the Americans discard and draw back up. Now that's what they want to see. And more hidden entrenchments. Okay, so the bot now makes its next order. Oh, it's discarding some cards. Now, from what I've read online, oh, here it is. You discard when passing. No actions. Okay, so that's rough for the Germans. They're going to take some shots, although, well, you know, do the Americans want to do them? No, they're just going to fire. They've got those smoke grenades there. I remember the first time I ever played this, we came to believe that smoke was a pretty awesome thing when you were moving around. So they're going to play a fire, and they're going to play it on the Sergeant White, so he can activate everybody, but only the elite squad can make a shot. It is still up the hill, so its firepower is a 6. It's going to fire at Herzog's crew here out in the open. So that's a 6 and a 6 is a 12. So the squad is a 12, but Herzog's only a 6. So here's the squad. They're okay, and here's Herzog, and he is okay. Alright, well, and then their next will be a move order on this unit that can move 1, 2, 3, and that's as far as it can move. And they will refill. It's a little bit of an odd scenario, it seems. Only 2 orders per turn. All these artillery denied things where there's no artillery. Moving slowly. Alright, what is the bot going to do? Artillery denied, so we are skipping that order. Next order is a fire order. They're getting these in the wrong order, but yeah, I guess. No, so the team can't fire its weapon. I guess we just do the same thing again, right? Except this time I think we're going to target the unbroken team. So the veterans are going to take their shot. They're 7. Let's see what they get for the attack number. Ooh, that's a big attack number, 18. Alright, so the 6 9. Wow, they made that. I wonder if the bot would consider that important enough to give up the initiative card and try to break them. Recover orders seem to be a little bit spare in this game. Yeah, again, this is probably a bad play, but I'm going to have the bot give that up. Oh, am I? Yeah, you've got to be... What if I just select solitaire? Does that let me do everything I want to do? It does not. So I guess I have to be the Germans in order to give up. Oh, there we go. Okay, good. So the Americans are forced to re-roll. And now I cannot roll for the Americans because I am the Germans. Let me again try solitaire. Can I roll? There we go. Oh, it's even better. Wow. All right, well done. So the team here with a 5 is going to take a shot. Let's see what it gets. That's a bunch of nothing. Americans cannot fail this, but there could be an event. There's not an event. And so that's enough of that order. Well, I should activate all these units, right? Next order, and let's see what the next order is. Finished. And back to the Americans. So, yeah, we got to keep firing, right? There's nothing to do but keep trading fire here. So, again, it will be the elite squad firing with a total of 6 at the Germans that are in the open. Alright, so that's a 15, so this is a 12 and then a 6. 12, he makes it, but a 6. He will break, but there will be an event for sappers when this event occurs. 1 mines or 1 wire marker from the map. Well, they'll remove this. Just because it could potentially be in the way. And there we go. And the Americans don't have any other cards that they can play. So they will end their turn. And the bot will reveal its next order. Oh, it's finished and it's discarding. Discard when passing. Eliminate 1 fortification in any hex containing a friendly unit. That doesn't apply, and it's hard to imagine why that would be a good idea. I guess if you're getting ready to retreat. Alright, the American turn. And so they will, I should clear this order out. The Americans will play the rout card on the Germans. And so we'll start with the SS squad, which has a morale of 10 at this time. It does not. Now we'll go with Herzog, who's got a 7. And he must retreat 1 hex. And now the team down here is an 11. And they don't go anywhere. And that is the end of the American order. Oh, that's good news for the Americans, especially if the Germans don't get it here. Let's see what the bot gets, and it gets a recover. Wow. Okay. So, we'll start here. This unit is a 10. It rallies. What's the function, the keyboard function for rally? Control Y. All right. It'll move on to Herzog, who's a 7. He rallies and has an event. Hero's already been done, but he rallies, which is good news. And this is the one that really matters. 9, 10, 11. And rallies. And the suppressed marker is removed. All right, that was good news for the bot. Now let's see if it has another order that would be also good news. Artillery request, we're skipping that order. And it's finished. All right, so the bot has rallied its troops, but it has left itself in the open. The Americans, the only thing they've got is a recover, but that's good news for them. So their broken units are here, so no more suppression. And the line team is a 7 plus 3 is 10. So they rally. And Sergeant White is a 9 plus 3 is 12. And he rallies, and there is an event first. Suppress 1 enemy unit in a hex with both range and LOS of a friendly machine gun, and that does not apply, so they cannot use that event, which is normally a good event, but it brings their units all back to full strength. So, ooh, and another recover. Now they're coming fast and furious. So, over to the bot. Let's see what the bot's got. We're going to skip that artillery request and move, but first assault fire. Now, interesting, very interesting. So, we could activate Sergeant Gans to fire, but then we don't want that. We don't want them moving, so we're going to use Herzog here. He has truly been a hero. He's going to activate all of these folks, and they're all unbroken, so they can form a fire group. And so Herzog himself doesn't have range, can't reach, but the veteran squad is the base with a 7, and then 2 additional units will join. Oh, I should have made the machine gun wielding team the 7. Well, we'll join the fray, so it's an attack of 9, and they're going to shoot at the American leader's hex. Attack of 9. Only a 15. That's not good. The Americans' morale is going to be 11, 10, and 11. So 11. Yeah, they're good. Another sniper, and they will make their roll. L8. Oh! Boom! The sniper finally hits. Now Now, do you break the leader or do you break the team with the gun? I gotta break the team with the gun, right? Break them again and they're gone, and so is the machine gun. And now Sergeant White's rally roll, and he 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The attack was a 7, 8, 9. No, he's also got the hill. He makes it. Yeah, because he gets 1 for being uphill, right? So that makes it a total of... yeah, he gets 1 more cover. He's got an 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for being uphill. So that makes 16. All right. Well, unfortunate for the bot. Let's see if the bot has anything else coming its way. No! Bad news for the bot. Although the Americans don't really have much either. So they're just going to go ahead and discard these cards. And yeah, those are good cards for the Americans. Now we'll go ahead and reset things. Let's see what the bot has. Has a fire. So sadly the machine gun cannot chime in here. So we'll do the same thing that we just did. Fire group down here. It's a 7, 8, 9. It's an attack of 9. Let's see what the bot rolls. 18, that's pretty solid. So the American units from bottom to top are, they're 12 because of being uphill. So 12, 11, 12. 12, 11, 12. So they need 7 or higher here. They're okay. They need an 8 or higher here. They're going to break, but it's an event first. Breeze, there's no smoke, so the line team breaks, and so does Sergeant White. So that's not good, although it looks like the Americans know something that the Germans don't know, which is that they have a recover card. So that's that. Does the bot have another order, like a recover order? No, an advance order. Yeah. Phew, wow. So, oh, you know what? Herzog's allowed to activate twice. So he's going to go ahead and advance right here. And that is it for the bot. I'm pretty sure I'm going to check this, and it's going to say, I'm finished. There we go. All right, I got to go check on my kid, see if he needs to do anything, wants to go out and play. So I'm going to stop this here, and we'll be back with the American turn. I'm going to go ahead and write that in here. American turn. All right, see you at the next video.